Thank you very much, Chairperson. I shall proceed. Chairperson, I'll come back to the rationale. In as much as the Act prescribes that the Minister can make those appointments, Chairperson, I want to understand his understanding as to why a member of the Patriotic Alliance became the Chairperson of the interview panel. That led, ultimately, to the Chairperson of the board being a member of the Patriotic Alliance as well.
Good evening, guys. Good evening once again. Welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, KAYBEE and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who's also a voter. And I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of our beautiful country. Hey, you know, children are not supposed to be allowed in that parliament. They are about to unalive the adults in that place. Oh, my word. You know, I'm going to share with you how it went down today between the Honorable Minister Gayton Mackenzie and the Honorable Member of Parliament, that is Liam Jacobs, the young Liam Jacobs of the Democratic Alliance. Hey guys, I had to go check out this MP. Let me say that because some people don't like to be called boys. He's a whole MP. I just went to check him on Google, and then I discovered something. I was like, what the heck is going on? The boy is like 24 years. I'm like, yo, you are about to unalive adults in that place and you are only 24. That is not fair. Your heart is still strong and tight like that. So go easy on the people there. So today he's been praised for coming after the Honorable Minister Gayton Mackenzie. Do I support that? Don't I support that? I choose to remain neutral as I share the news with you. I'm going to read first how they are praising him, and then I'm going to share the video clip with you. It's a bit long, but if you are interested, I know you'll watch. Let me read this first. DAMP Liam Jacobs, 24 years old, absolutely annihilates, destroys, and smashes Minister Gayton Mackenzie. What is good to watch is the 24-year-old Jacobs maturity level versus the 51-year-old Minister Gayton Mackenzie, who could not answer questions, seeing Gayton in Parliament. I am not sure if he is a minister just for the publicity, flying around the world, allegedly first class at taxpayers' expense. So that was Gulam, that the account. If you are on X and you are interested in politics, I know you know this account. So I'm still going to share more with you. But what I notice is that, you know what, with these in meetings, whether portfolio committees or the board meetings, whatever you call it, man, the ministers go there already with an attitude that they're going to be attacked, because it does feel like an attack. Let me continue to read what Gulam said about Liam. Sorry, guys. He said, Liam Jacobs is special. He holds all to account. We need more Liam Jacobs in Parliament to add on the patience and maturity level of Liam Jacobs is something else. Gayton Mackenzie was all over the place and could not answer basic questions. Not sure if Gayton was close to please guys, let me see where I'm misplaced this other part of this. Zana, this person does not like Gayton Mackenzie. Not sure if it was close to tears. Oh my word. Guys, Anyway, guys, I'm not gonna be coming back with more commentary. I'm just gonna leave you watching, and do enjoy. I'll be seeing you in my next upload. Do have yourself a gorgeous night.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chairperson, I would just like to direct, the following question to the Minister. And that question hinges on the fact that, we are following the Act and we are following the basic provisions of the Act. And this isn't just to test an understanding of the Act and what it encompasses, but it is also something very crucial to understand what could be a conflict of interest. Now, Chairperson, I just want to ask, on what basis and what was the rationale behind setting up the board, or rather the body that conducted the interviews for the National Arts Council appointments and for the shortlisted candidates?
The Minister? Thank you, Honorable Liam Jacobs. That is what is required of us by the Act. So we are just following the Act to the letter. Thank you.
Chairperson, I asked on what basis was the interview panel constituted? What informed the rationale behind it, apart from just the Act, Chairperson? What informed the rationale behind the fix?
He said based on the Act.
I don't need any other rationale other than the Act.
All right. Does the Minister know who Liesl Penniken is?
Very well.
How does the Minister know who Liesl Penniken is?
I've been following her music since I can remember.
Is it true that Liesl Penniken has performed at multiple Patriotic Alliance events?
She's performed at PA events, ANC events, I think even your party's events.
Is she an active member of the Patriotic Alliance?
She's a member. I wouldn't say she's an active member, but she's a member of the Patriotic Alliance.
So, Chairperson, that is why I put it to you, Chairperson, that I find it very interesting that the person who was the chairperson of the current board that we have is a member of the Patriotic Alliance. And that is why I want to ask, Minister, you said that the Act is what we are following, and we are following the Act to the T. Are you aware that subsection, or rather section 5.1b of the Act says, a member of the council shall not hold office in any political party or political organization?
I'm very aware of that, and that's why she's not holding any office. What you are inferring is not correct. Liesl Penniken holds no office in the Patriotic Alliance.
That question was not in relation to Liesl Penniken. This question is if you understand that that's a provision within the Act.
I don't understand what you're saying now, because we're speaking about Liesl Penniken. So when did we jump to somebody else, Honorable?
I was satisfied with what was mentioned about Liesl Penniken and her allegiance to the Patriotic Alliance and her position as a chairperson of the panel that conducted interviews. I'm asking you now separately, do you understand the provision made in 5.1b?
The minister, Honorable Jacob, has responded, and it also implied that she has a position, and the minister has made it clear that she has no position. I am happy with the response.
I'm also saying so.
No, but Chairperson, order, Chairperson. I think I have a problem with the manner you are running this meeting today. This is done deliberately. It is under cross-examination where you deliberately play around with the words so that the person, because the minister has been contradicting himself quite often today.
Precisely,
But
Shepherd.
you are not allowing the speaker, the person who's asking questions, to question. And this has been happening even with the higher education minister. She ended up conceding because of such questioning from your own people from PA. They were questioning the minister like that. But today you are not allowing us to do that.
Honorable Tetwa.
Sorry, Chair.
Honorable Tetwa, you raise a point of order. I allowed you, and now you are making comparisons with other portfolio committee and mention your members, DA members. Not once in this particular meetings that I have indicated or introduced myself from the party I come from. I am happy with the question. We are running out of time. The question has been asked about a certain individual who are part and parcel of the Patriotic Alliance. The minister has responded. A follow-up question has been asked of a clause stating that you must not hold office. And the minister responded that she's not having or holding office. That's why I intervened for the sake of time. But proceed, Honorable Liam Jacobs.
Thank you, Chairperson. I want to then ask what informed Liesl Penniken becoming the chairperson of the interview panel?
Well, firstly, nothing precludes her from becoming a part of the panel. Let's start there. Secondly, we have explained previously that there was we follow the Act to the letter. So nowhere in the Act does it say a lethal pelican cannot form part of the process. So we have followed the Act, and if you can point out to me where in the Act does it state she cannot be part of a thing, then I would be able to answer. But whatever feeling you might harbor against lethal pelican, or I might harbor, has no bearing on her appointment or the law or the Act. Let's follow the Act, because we clearly come from different viewpoints.
Chairperson, there seems to be a deficit in the understanding of how what could be considered following an act to the T and then saying that you have done things properly could preclude the fact that there might be a moral and ethical deficit within appointments made in certain aspects. And that is why, Chairperson, I want to ask, is Eugene Botha still a top 10 member of the Patriotic Alliance, and does he hold any office within the Patriotic Alliance?
Let me first please answer this question, these two questions that you just raised in this one sentence. You are unable to tell me the Act that precludes lethal pelican from holding, sitting on the panel. In the absence of you not telling me what Act we have breached, your feelings and my feelings doesn't matter here. Secondly, office bearers of a political party is the top 6. Eugene is not an office bearer of the Patriotic Alliance. There was an old linked thing where he was there for 2 days when we wanted to remove the Secretary General and we reinstated her in our party. He is currently, and during his term, in a political office in law, has been defined in law through precedent and court cases. And he is not a political office bearer of the Patriotic Alliance. If the chairperson allows me, I can give you the top 6 of the Patriotic Alliance.
Chairperson, if I may come in here, Chairperson, I would like to actually then say that if you want to tackle this on a legal basis, right, this is where the Act is currently contradicting with what has previously been fought in the court of law. Previously, in the court of law of our country, you'll find that it has said that individuals who hold political offices are allowed to work within state entities such as municipalities and provincial governments and national government departments. That is said, right? And the notion of political office bearer refers to anybody who is elected. Now, I understand that that notion is foreign to your party, as your party obviously functions in an appointment-based system. But in the event and the absence of there being elections, naturally appointments would then fill that void, right? Therefore, even if he is a branch chairperson or he's a constituency leader or if he's something like that, he becomes a political office bearer.
He's none of the things you've just mentioned. He's not a branch chairperson. He's not none of the things you've mentioned. And we cannot operate on assumptions and what if and what if. What is the law saying? Let's deal with each other on the Act. A political office bearer is the top 6 of the party. He's not a political office bearer, number 1. Number 2, what are you trying to imply? I'm saying to you that he's not elected, he's not a branch chairperson, he's not a political office bearer. What do you want me to say in as far as lethal pelican and Eugene is concerned?
So, Chairperson, to the public, then I put it, that it is very interesting that the minister is of a particular party, that the leader of the individuals conducting the interviews is that same political party, and ultimately the chairperson of that board then becomes the same political party. There is certainly, Chairperson, we must investigate certainly, Chairperson, whether there is actual ethics that can be found in this chairperson. Because in as much as there is a precedent for this, legally speaking, Chairperson, we must investigate the potential of a conflict of interest here. Because we understand, Chairperson, we must understand the framework that certain parties operate in, Chairperson. When you operate in what is a dictatorial party, Chairperson, then you are bound to that leader in that party. When the leader can fire you as he pleases, Chairperson, when the leader has explicitly thrown his own members out of parliament, Chairperson, then we must talk, Chairperson. I'm still talking. I will not be point of order by honorable.
Hold on, you cannot describe how this meeting is going to be run. There's a chairperson in this meeting. If you want to be the chairperson,
Chairperson, as I was proceeding.
Can we have order in this meeting? Can we have Honorable Liam Jacobs asking his question? I haven't heard a point of order from no one.
Chairperson, as I was proceeding.
Chairperson.
Is that a point of order, Honorable?
Yes, Chairperson, it's a point of order. Please don't allow Honorable Malone to just come in while the other Honorable is still on the platform.
I haven't done so, Honorable
Malone. Thank you.
I haven't done so. I will give a member opportunity if there's a point of order. Honorable Liam Jacobs, please proceed.
I've raised the point of order, Chairperson. Why?
I haven't heard you, Honorable Daniels. Please raise it officially. I can't hear you. Please unmute.
I am unmuted, Chairperson. I've even raised my hand on the platform.
No, I haven't heard you. Okay, let me deal with your point of order, Honorable Daniels.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, the point of order that I'm raising here is that the Honorable Jacobs is not sticking to what he's doing and to what he's asking, and I cannot prescribe how we must frame or work his questions. But to come and talk now about a party when we're addressing a minister and talking about the dictatorial party and dictatorialship and all that, that is out of order. Because to me now, it takes me back, Chairperson, it takes me back to the other time when I got both yourself and Honorable Liam at Galvindale swimming pool and you wanted to know who fixed the pool. Is it
Honorable Daniels, give me an opportunity. That is not a point of order. What the honorable member does, he is checks and balances to prevent biased decisions. And this interrogation and this way of questioning is a norm in the committee. So I'm going to ask Honorable Jacobs to proceed with his questions. Like I've said, there's a reason why members ask a particular question. The minister has responded. So Honorable Liam Jacobs, proceed.
Chairperson, I find it, I'm actually not surprised at the fact that the Honorable Daniels does not understand checks and balances within the democracy, Chairperson.
Honorable Jacobs, let's deal with the content of what is presented, the questions being asked. You have asked questions, it is within the range of what is being presented to us. I'm allowing you thus. Let us not engage one another. Let's engage with the content, what has been presented, and let's give an opportunity for the minister to respond and from both sides and all parties in a respectful manner. Please proceed, Honorable Jacobs.
All right, thank you very much, Chairperson. I shall proceed. Chairperson, I'll come back to the rationale. In as much as the Act prescribes that the minister can make those appointments, Chairperson, I want to understand his understanding as to why a member of the Patriotic Alliance became the chairperson of the interview panel. That led, ultimately, to the chairperson of the board being a member of the Patriotic Alliance as well, while he himself, as a minister, is a member of the Patriotic Alliance. What is the rationale? He's not answering the question.
Chairperson, the honourable member says I'm not answering the question, but he's still busy asking the question. I am one person that's not in the habit of disturbing people while they speak. Right. I want to answer Honourable Liam nicely, but I want him to tell me just one thing so I have clarity. He said, I have thrown a member of the PA out of Parliament. Who's that member? So that when I answer on fact and not innuendos and gossip and lies.
But Minister, just a second. Just a second, Minister. That is the point I've made. Let's deal with the presentation. That is my concern. And in terms of the interrogation from the member pertaining to the party and their representation, well, that's a mindful consideration or question where there may or may not be a potential biasness. But I want it to be happen in a respectful manner where the member asks the question and the minister responds so that we can proceed. Thank you. Honorable Liam Jacobs, do you still want to respond, Honorable Minister?
No, but all I'm saying is my turn to respond.
Yes, please do.
But I have to be clear and fair on Honorable Jacobs. If you can say, he said here, before I come to what he said about the party I belong to, he said here that I have thrown out a member of the peer out of parliament.
But that's nothing to do with the presentation.
Oh, order, Chairperson.
No, Chairperson, who's asking the questions here, Chairperson?
Order, Chairperson.
The member of the legislature or the member of the executive, Chairperson? I'm the one asking the
Chairperson.
questions here, Chairperson.
No, let me tell you, I'm the chairperson here. And we have received a presentation from the department. And we are dealing with governance of the department. It is nothing to do with who the minister has put out from parliament. Let's deal with the presentation. Please.
Order,
Minister,
Chairperson.
proceed. Honorable Mtetwa.
Thank you, Chair. I don't remember Liam Jacobs stating a name of a person. It is allowed according to the rules that you can cast aspersion on a party. He didn't mention anybody or a particular person, but said a party that. So it's not a matter of debate. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you for that, Honorable Mtetwa. I also haven't heard that. I don't know where the minister or when Honorable Jacobs have said that. But Honorable Minister, you may proceed.
Well, seeing that in this committee, we're not supposed to ask for clarity. I'm asking, Honorable Jacobs, I'm saying we can stop and play the tapes back. Honorable Jacobs said, I have thrown members out of parliament. That's a serious, I'm a leader of a party. I have hundreds and thousands of people voting for me. If somebody hears I've thrown out members out of parliament, it is a thuggish act. Now you want me to just, but let's park it for that, because he must tell me. If he can, why can't he just mention it? He always mentions stuff. Why can't he mention whoever?
Chairperson, he must speak to the substance of what I have just said, Chairperson. He's going off of the point here. He must come back to the substance of what I have just said.
I'm coming right there now. I just want
Jacobs,
why did you mention it?
Give the minister an opportunity to respond if it's done. If the minister still speaks and you want to say something, call a point of order. Let's respect the decorum of this meeting. Honorable William Jacob, proceed.
Jacobs.
I'm sure you meant the minister, Chairperson.
No, I meant you, but if the minister still want to respond, please respond.
I've posed my question to the minister. I'm expecting a response, please, Chairperson.
All right.
This is precisely what I'm now doing, Honorable Jacobs. Honorable Minister.
Firstly, I think this is an apt time. I'm gonna, with your permission, Chair, let me answer his question, and then I will make my remark regarding the clarity I was seeking. So he must not say I am trying to avoid answering his question. Let me start. It is very obvious that Honorable Jacobs knows that I've not breached any act or law. Hence, he's now talking about ethics. My ethics and his ethics are different. Ethics is debatable. Some people say it's ethical to have an abortion. Some people say it's unethical to have an abortion. But here we're not dealing with what he feels or what I feel. We deal with the act. So he has now basically admitted that the act allows me to appoint Eugene Botha. That's one. Two, he talks about my party membership. I'm going to give him a name called Tim Harris. Tim Harris he talks about the Patriotic Alliance, so I'm going to tell him about a gentleman called Tim Harris. Tim Harris was previously a member of the DA. He served as a DA member of the National Assembly. He held other DA-related positions. He's the CEO of Westgrow. He was the CEO of Westgrow. Now, he must not come here and say, I'm talking about his party because he mentioned my party. He must not come here and say, it has never happened where an ANC member is part of a board Because our constitution does not disallow you from becoming a member of a board, because our constitution is very clear. Political affiliation is your right. So here we should speak about the act. Which brings me to my other point. What I will not allow, Chairperson, what I will never allow, is for this honorable member to, when he speaks, I listen. But every time I speak, and you rightly called him to order, but on a personal level, I need him to know. You showed Minister Dennis Jordan with your finger. I'm never going to allow you to do that to me. I respect you, respect me. When you speak, I am obliged to listen. And when I speak, you should listen. You should not come in as you feel. You can only come in through a point of order through the chairperson. So, in conclusion, I've breached no act. Patriotic Alliance is not the first party, and it will certainly not be the last party. Your party in the Western Cape is riddled with examples I can make you if I get further time. Thirdly, when you say I've done something wrong, quote the act. Don't quote your feelings. Thank you very much, Chair.
Honorable William Jacobs, proceed.
Chairperson, I would like to ask the Minister, does he contend that there may be a conflict of interest, Chairperson, between himself, the person who was leading the interview panel, and the chairperson of the board? Second to that, he has still not answered what his understanding and his rationale is behind appointing these individuals. He has not explained that. He said the act this, he said the act that. He has not explained his rationale. Surely, he has a rationale to act from, Chairperson.
Honorable William Jacobs, I cannot describe to the Minister how to respond. The Minister has responded. You have made your point. You have asked a second question. Minister, please respond to the second question.
I want to ask him, does knowing someone, like I know legal Pennyken, does he equate knowing someone to a conflict of interest? That is laughable. I know him, I know you, Honorable Chairperson, I know Honorable Liam. Knowing someone does not equal conflict of interest like I know legal Pennyken. How does it constitute a conflict of interest?
Chairperson,
Chairperson, there he goes again. I am still busy,
Chairperson.
Chairperson.
Is still speaking. Speak, Minister.
First time he's doing that. You are rude. That is rudeness. And I have just complained about the very thing. He does it again. I will never stand for this rudeness, Chairperson. This rudeness of this honorable member. When I speak, he just coming here like he's speaking. He's already cast aspersions on the party I belong to, calling us dictatorial, whatever. Does he know anything about the Patriotic Alliance to say that is casting aspersions on the party? And I, as the leader, must sit here and listen to a man whose party has the majority colored people, but doesn't have one colored minister, doesn't have one colored deputy minister. And you talk about dictatorship. You don't have one colored minister, one colored, and you come tell me about my party. Keep to the staff of the portfolio committee. Don't come to politics. They had last to come. Don't come to us and come with what they've written down for you to come and ask me. Come with facts, come with X, and come with the proof of what you're saying. But don't come and fish here for some information that's not there. You are speculating and you are casting aspersions on good people like Liesl Pennyken and Eugene Botha. Tell us what they've done wrong. Go and investigate. I give you all the permission. I will, if the chairperson, the honorable chairperson, call me to account, if there's a conflict of interest, I will make myself available. But don't come here and do what you've done to the other people that appear before the board. Lastly, chairperson, what you are doing, Mr. Jacobs, you've gotten away for too long with it. Number one, you've taken out a political statement this week on the letterhead of the Democratic Alliance. stating that I have interfered and stopped the netball SA from being investigated, which is a lie. Secondly, you come to this committee and you mix politics. You mix politics with the work of this committee. Thirdly, your oversight is so biased. We are waiting for you to go to the west, to Kalitsa, to Google to go and do oversight also there under DA areas. Thank you very much.